Hi Soul Fam, welcome back to this channel where we do tarot card readings every single Monday. My name is Frances. If we haven't met before, welcome to this channel. And if we have met before and you tune in every Monday, welcome back. I'm so honored and excited that you are here. Don't forget to hit subscribe to this channel if you haven't already to make sure that you get your tarot card readings in real time as they are released every single week. And let's dive on into it. We are working with the Four Noble Tarot deck, which is my sustainably made hand illustrated tarot card deck. And if you are interested in purchasing it, you can do so in the description box. I'll leave the link there. It does come with a guidebook that fits inside the box. So that's always really nice. I feel like when everything's kind of contained into one little unit, that was important when creating the deck, to make sure if you wanted to travel with it, or if you wanted to display it somewhere, or if you have little hands at home that like to look through your things, everything is just in one box and it looks super beautiful on your shelf, or you can throw it in a bag, whatever works for you. But let's go ahead and dive in. Working in the light and the highest for everyone here's greatest good. Ooh. And deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed and protected, and everyone here's energy as well. Welcoming in my spiritual team. And each and every person here's spiritual team. Whether they're watching the day it was released or at a later time, trusting it found them at exactly the right time. Okay, let's dive in. I don't know if you heard me go whoop if your eyes were closed and you didn't see what I was doing. There was a card that flew out. It kind of like flipped over as we were shuffling. So if ever the cards flip over or kind of fly out while shuffling, I always pull those because I kind of feel like it's our spiritual team saying, make sure you don't miss this one. So let's start there. This one flipped over while shuffling. Okay, Page of Swords. Beautiful. So the Page of Swords is about action, but from a place of playfulness a little bit more so. Pages in tarot, I like to equate them to like the 18-year-old, right? So adults, yes, but still a beautiful kind of fresh world view with lots of hope on the horizon, and not much can get in their way, right? It's kind of like, I have this idea and it's amazing and I believe in myself and I'm going to do it, right? As we get older, we have a lot of these doubts in our mind that are like, well, I could, but then this, and then, oh, how is that going to affect this? And I have this responsibility over here, so maybe I shouldn't be doing this thing. We tend to talk ourselves out of a lot of our big dreams. This card, Page of Swords, and I say this with a grain of salt, okay? So I'm going to repeat that. I say this with a grain of salt. Team says it with a grain of salt. But it is the act before you think card. Not letting that inner critic, that loud brain, the fear, the worry, the stress, even the reason a little bit, get in the way of what you actually want to be doing. So this week, within reason, with a grain of salt, because they said sometimes without reason. So with a grain of salt, you can act before you think, but please make sure you're keeping yourself safe. I always want to make sure that no one is doing some crazy stuff. But the main message here is to not let your brain get in your way. Part 2 of this card, and this is not to scare anyone, this is to best equip and prepare you. Page of Swords also suggests kind of a busy energy. It can feel really fun, like, and now we're doing this thing, and now I have this thing, oh my gosh, and I have this thing next. But this week might be really busy for you. You might know that already and be looking at your calendar and be like, okay, one day at a time. Or it might start picking up really quickly. So just understanding that there is a busy energy in the air, but our mindset can keep it from being erratic and rather keep it in playfulness. So if you find yourself feeling a little bit stressed out about your schedule, I want you to see if you can come at it from a place of gratitude. Wow, I'm so excited I get to do all of these things. I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to XYZ, instead of, oh, okay, now I have to get to this appointment. Okay, now I have to do this thing. Okay, now I have to do this thing, right? Mindset shift around it, okay? All right, I'm gonna hover my hand over the rest of the cards, pull what else we need to know for this week. Very interesting way of pulling that, okay? They're being a little softer now in the way that we're pulling. That took a moment, so thank you for your patience. So we have 2 cards and 1 card here. So first of the 2, Ace of Cups. Ooh, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so very interesting. The Ace of Cups, this is hope. This is new beginnings. This is the lotus grows out of the mud. If you can see that lotus flower underneath the cup, right? That is the message of the lotus. The lotus grows from the mud. You also have that beautiful bird, this idea of freedom. This week is really feeling, and it's interesting because it's a little bit contradictory, but open. It's feeling expansive. It's feeling like it's full of opportunity. We just need to believe that that opportunity is there. We need to embrace it. We need to open our eyes to see it. And the reason I said it feels contradictory is because of that Page of Swords energy, busy, busy, busy. Sometimes we can be in kind of our one-track mind. Like, now I'm focusing on this. Okay, now I'm focusing on this. Now I'm focusing on this, which is the exact opposite of the, okay, like what is it? Which is why that mindset shift can be really important if you are in that busy energy. However, it does go really beautifully hand in hand with that first guidance from Page of Swords, which is the world is your oyster, right? You can do all the things. Ace of Cups says you truly can. With aces, though, it's important to remember that this is step 1. So it doesn't guarantee that you will complete the task. It doesn't even suggest that you should complete the task. But what it does suggest is that you should be taking that first step in the direction of what feels good. I'm going to repeat that because cups are all about your feelings and your emotions. So taking the first step in the direction of what feels good. Now, this can be in relation to your dreams. This could be in relation to life decisions. This could be in relation to self-care. This could be in relation to your relationship, to your work, literally anything. If it feels good, that is the direction your team wants you to start moving. What's beautiful about this is you also have the Queen of Swords. This card says you deserve it, and you have another sword here, which is that fast action energy. Queen of Swords is very connected to spirit, and she's very much the intuitive in the sense of, I don't have to think about this because I just know it's right, so I'm just going to do it. It's not that she's not thinking, it's that she's so in tune with her intuitive space that she doesn't need to think because intuition and spiritual connection lead the way. Okay, so she's able to move quickly. She's able to make quick decisions because she doesn't let that brain get in the way. She says, I trust myself so deeply. I honor myself so deeply. I know I am worthy of all the good things that are going to flow to me from this Ace of Cups. I know that I am worthy of feeling good and feeling happy. Therefore, I choose it. Bang, bang, boom. No overthinking. Let's go. So if it feels good and you are safe, it's a yes. You are worthy of feeling good. So baby steps, or not even baby steps, it can be a huge first step, but first step in the direction that feels good. Do not let your brain talk you out of it. Big messages on that this week, okay? All right, next card, we have the Two of Wands. All right, so Two of Wands is about really getting clear on where you're going and what you want. Now, while the other energy in your previous cards was a little bit more action-oriented or swift, Two of Wands is a little bit slower. So you may find this week that in your, oh, that feels good, I want to do this. That feels good, I want to do this. You find yourself like, why haven't I been doing this before? This is amazing. I'm just honoring my needs. Like, whoa, like who knew I could do that? And Queen of Swords says, we knew. Highest Self says, you know, we deserved this always, but now you're aware of it. So we're going to keep doing this. Great job. But Two of Wands says, take a moment now in that beautiful energy to actually sit down and decide what you want. If you look at this card, the world is in their hands. Where do you want to go? Right? That's a really beautiful, expansive energy to be in. The world is in my hands. Where do I want to go? What do I want to create? What impact? Do I want to go anywhere right now? Do I just want to be still in my sacred space of either my body or of my home or of my town, wherever you are? But Two of Wands asks you to start defining not necessarily the path, like how you are going to get there, but what the destination is, what it is that you want. Now, it's really important to know with Two of Wands that you don't need to be taking immediate action. This card is truly about that clarifying of the vision, clarifying of the goal, clarifying of the end destination, and then just being with that. Then you're going to shift back to what's over here. Maybe taking that first step from Ace of Cups. If it feels good, I'm going to go for it. And maybe your first step is truly making the decision of what you want. That's an amazing first step. In fact, that's an imperative first step. Because if you don't know what you want, how do you know where to go? Right? So this week is really about checking in with the self, the soul self, the heart self, not the brain self, not the problem solver, not the analyzer, but the heart, the energy. What do you want? What feels good? What brings you joy? We know from Ace of Cups, Lotus grows from the mud, that message, we know things might have been feeling hard or sticky, or you've been moving through a lot. But that all had to clear out so that you could make space for what is to come. And you are worthy of declaring what you want for your kingdom, per Queen of Swords. Connected action, because that's what's going to make you happy, and you deserve to be happy. Okay? So this week, it's interesting because the guidance feels seemingly broad as I'm talking. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, we could do this. But when you actually sit down to do this practice, it might feel a little bit challenging. Like asking yourself the question, what do you want? It's not always easy to answer. As adults, we don't get asked that a lot. It's what do you have to do today? What's on the calendar this week? What do you need to get done, right? It's not what do you want? How are you feeling? What makes you feel happy inside? You know you're worthy of joy, right? What makes you feel joyful? Do you ever get in your own way? If you didn't have that inner critic or the fear or the worry or the responsibility, what would you really be doing? If you knew you were supported and guided, what would be the big dream? What would be the thing you wanted to do right now? Even if it wasn't a big dream such as I'm going to start this business, it could be the big dream as in I would love an hour to eat my lunch outside and have nobody bother me, right? Amazing dream. So it's really important that we are taking into account these questions and as guideposts. And then also taking the time of the Two of Wands to truly identify where it is we want to go. The path does not matter. How you're going to get there does not matter. That's the brain trying to problem solve, right? So if you have this big dream over here and your brain is like, yeah, but you can't do that because you don't have the money to do it, or you don't have the resources to do it, or you have no idea how to do that. Who do you think you are that you could do this thing, right? Or you can't have an hour a day because you don't get paid for that, or whatever it is. This week is not about figuring those things out. It's just about holding the space for the vision, for the dream, for the goal, for the destination. Okay? And then shifting awareness and attention to your own self-worth and your own feelings and emotions. Those first couple steps. I deserve to be happy, so I am going to create that happiness. Maybe that's going to require some boundary setting. Maybe that's going to require some tough love on myself and really implementing what it is I want. Maybe that's going to require me talking to a friend who's done what I want to do and ask them how they did it, right? But that's not to be done yet. It's truly just about the identification and having some fun this week. I kind of feel like this week is almost spring break energy, where it's like, just do what feels good. Like, you're good. I know there's a lot of responsibility. I know the calendar is full. I know this might seem like the last thing that you should be doing, but cut yourself a break, babe. Like, you're okay. Yeah. And just lean into those places of joy / mindset shifting around the busy energy to find the joy within the large or the full calendar. Okay? Beautiful. All right, I'm feeling very complete here. I know we only pulled 4 cards today, but I'm just feeling intuitively like this is where we need to focus this week. So I'm gonna stop here and just honor spirit instead of listening to my brain, which says keep pulling, give them more. But intuitively, this feels complete. So I hope this served you. Please feel free to leave how it resonated in the comments. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. It really means a lot to see those little thumbs up comes in, and also to see more of you joining this community as you subscribe. So thank you so much. If you feel called to donate, I will leave my PayPal donation link in the description box. This helps me to show up with energy for you every week. So if you have any extra cents to spare and you feel called, I would be so grateful. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a beautiful, joy-filled, and free week of doing what feels good. And I hope to see you again soon.